Choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. This is the 12-volt episode of the off-grid variable DC reversible fan RV camper ventilation system. In this episode, I add a second fan to the bedroom that also doubles as a clothes dryer. Alright, guess what? I've got an update on the fan situation. Remember how I told you that I got that fan with the variable speed switch separated? Well, let me tell you, I spent about $22 on this setup right here. And it's because I bought two of these fans for $32, and I bought two of these for about $6.50 each, maybe $7, so about $22 into each of these fans, because I got it on sale. So I figured out what I'm going to do with the second fan for the moment, since I want a fan in here because it's going to start getting warmer as it gets closer to summer, and it'll also help me dry out these clothes during the day when I got extra power. So I put me a hook here to hang it, put me a little strap down there to keep the fan in. That way I can take and move this fan later in life. And I'm going to just, like I said, try to find me some plugs and adapters. But anyway, I figured out how to take care of the reversing switch and the power switch all at the same time on this fan. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to that fan, because I was talking about using a non-polarized plug so I could just swap it back and forth out of a Christmas light set. But apparently the junction where I got the fuses bypassed gets pretty warm when this thing's over halfway, and I don't like that. So this is what I'm going to do. Take an outlet, because first thing I was going to do is just shave the polarized ends off of a apologize, all it's moving around here. Just shave the polarized end of the plug off so that I could just use a polarized like extension cord end or something. Then I said, you know, since I got this cord here, I'm going to use I'm going to run this from the fan, and I'm going to put the little box over by the bed so I can plug in the fan from the bed instead of having to get up all the time. I'll still have to get up to adjust the speed, but that won't be a big deal. And I thought, well, you know, to do the reversing, what I'm going to do is take out the little junction in the center of this thing here on each side, and I'm going to run positive and negative in. Then I'm going to make a junction here and flip it around to here, so that way I take the polarized plug and I plug it in here to go one way. I plug it in here, it'll go the other way, and I leave it unplugged and it's off. Get another outlet, boom, I'll do the same thing over here. I'm not sure if I'll leave that light switch in there or not, because it is pretty convenient, but I'm definitely, just for convenience sake, going to do the outlet idea right now. So let's get it done and see how it works. All right. Oh, look at J&K having all kinds of fun. All right, I had a little change of plans here. I went ahead and decided, you know, I'm probably rarely, if ever, going to want to be reversing the fan in the bedroom, but I do reverse the fan on here every time I use the stove, which is almost daily now. So I figured I'd put the outlet here and get rid of that hot connector. And now check this out. I want to go forward. Oops. And this is what I was talking about, not even needing the switch if I really want to. Just pull it out. Don't even have to flip it around, just because it's polarized, I can't flip it around anyway, but now it goes the other way. Pretty neat, huh? So technically a power switch if I want it to be, if I can't find me an extra one of those, and a reverse switch, I have an outlet. How about that? Yeah, buddy. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about this. This is also technically expandable. If I either set me another outlet over here, double outlet over here, or put me a little two-way splitter, I can get my little hook and strap set up over here like I did in the bedroom, add that fan there, move that fan over there with this, you know, with this cord, you know, I mean, look at this. I can move this fan around, you know, it says splitter or a double outlet, plug in two fans, have them both here, same thing back there, put the double outlet back there, put another outlet over here for this window. Yeah, this this, you know, for 50 cents an outlet, maybe $1.50 with the cover and everything, this is a great way to be able to, oh no, I can't do that. I'm stuck with putting the power box, because this has to be in between the power box. The power box has to be hooked up positive on one side, negative, so I can't reverse the power box. I have to reverse the output from the power box. So, well, anyway, you see what I'm saying. Technically, if I'm not running both these fans full blast, actually these are 20 amps, these are 10 amp fans. Technically, one of those boxes would run both fans. I don't know, like I said, I'm experiment, play around with it, but that's kind of neat. I got the fan on the extension cord, so to speak. Maybe I could put this whole cluster here, like to the side or bottom of the fan. Then I need 2 connectors. I don't know, we'll figure it out. All right, I finished up my fan in the bedroom, and I did a much better job than I did last time. I went ahead and just split up into the circuit going out to my cell phone charger, and basically just stretching the wires as far as I got with what I got. Anyway, I wired this plug up, and I found out that the original plug I ran had a bad end on it, a fan end on it that had burned up. So I cut it, made it longer, which is actually going to help out, because then I can take this fan, like I said, and move it from window to window with this longer cord. I'll make some hooks up in the ceiling, keep it up out of the way. But anyway, I did this the opposite. I put forward down here and wired this backwards, and put a reverse up here, so that if I want to move this fan into the living room and set it up next to the other fan, I can plug them both in, and because this is reversed, they'll both push the same way, you know what I mean, off the same outlet. And technically same here, if I bring that fan in here and plug it in, both these fans will push the same way, since one of these is backwards with the outlets backwards. But yeah, so I pull that out, and I plug it up in over here. And unlike the other one, which pulls when it's up here, this one is going to push when it's up there, and then pull when it's down. That's what I'm talking about. So then I went ahead and got me my master switch, and I realized that there's just enough room on the corner of one of these light outlets without a box on it to mount the variable speed. So now I can lay here on my bed and completely control the fan. Yep, this is pretty cool. Now I got me my fan blasting on my laundry again off of 12 volts. And I went ahead and just put my 120 volt fans down there in the corner. I'm gonna have to just store them and retire them, because they're just not efficient anymore. But man, that's just too awesome. Some other things I did on my little pull out window shade protector, I put some of those windshield reflector thingy, whatever you call them, sunlight reflectors in. And then I'm working on putting some foam insulation up underneath there, so that it's as cool as possible right here. Got me a battery box with a lock on it for both my batteries, a big 100 amp breaker right there. And down the hill, wasn't kidding when I say way on down the hill, anyway, wasn't kidding, 350 feet of burial grade 10 gauge wire I bought for hooking my RV up to AC power a couple years ago, and now it's coming in handy because I'm using every inch of this thing to get down the hill where I can get some sunlight on all 6 of my panels. I got 100 watt Renogy. These are supposed to be 100 watters, but they seem to be only putting out about 75 watts, but they cost $75 and that costs $100, so I'm still getting the same wattage, although I'm losing 25% on that panel because just these panels are lower. But anyway, yeah, so 120 volt AC. Oh, I want to mention I got a 60 amp circuit breaker right there as well, and I'm gonna build me a little box and everything for it. But anyway, this right now is only doing a 12 volt, and between the this wire and the controller, I'm only getting about 13 amps at 13 volts, you know. So when I get the new charge controller though, I'll be able to instantly up it to 80 volts on 12 volts, and I believe I can do 160 or so
on 24 volt. So that's what I'm going to do, is end up doing doing that and putting them all in series eventually. Anyway, that'll be next month. Right now I'm just waiting for all the parts to come in to do 24 volt, because even at 24 volts without that new charge controller, I should be able to double the capacity in amperes of my current charge controller. I made a bit of a mistake. I'm not going to be able to double the amperes. I'll be able to double the voltage, and with the same amount of amps going into the charge controller, I'll be able to double the output to my battery and inverter. That's what I was trying to say.
Answer the phone, Joshua.
Thanks for watching. Coming up next, I install a remote controlled 12 volt Bluetooth 4-channel audio receiver with subwoofers. Then, finally, there's nothing else I can do except upgrade to 24 volts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And, as always, more to come. Jaybird, you got anything else to say? KK?